Okay, in last point we were discussing about shell, kernel, role and services. Now we have completed point shell. Now the next point is kernel. What is a kernel? Kernel, these are the set of programs, and it is in the heart of an or the core part of an operating system. So it performs all the functions of the system. So which are the different functions of any operating system? Managing a file, file management, process management, input output management, then memory management, device management. All these functions are performed by the kernel. Now, which are the different roles and services are performed by the Linux kernel? Resource allocation. Now, resource in the terms of that we require some devices that should be allocated for your that particular process. So that allocation will be done by the kernel. For example, we want to take a printout from printer. So first of all, we have to means kernel has to find out where is that printer is available or not, whether it is in attached directly or it is in the network. Then it will check for its availability, and then that resource will be get allocated. Process management, that which are the different processes to be allowed to be executed, and which are the different processes should be in a memory, or we have to keep some low priority processes onto the swap space into the virtual memory. So all this functionality will be done by the in the process management, and that is by the kernel itself. The memory management, the same, that which are the process should be kept in a main memory, and which should be swapped out into the virtual space, virtual memory. So that memory management functions will be done by this kernel. Hard disk management, how to create different partitions of an hard disk, how to delete the partition, formatting that particular hard disk, giving a space of the partitions, creating a blocks, how to save data into that particular hard disk. So everything about the hard disk functionality will be performed by the kernel. As kernel is a kernel, it is interacting to the hardware, and it is performing all these functions. Then IO device management, input output device management, that which are the different devices we are attaching. We want to access that particular device. Pen drive is attached or DVD has been attached. Then how to access that particular device. So this functionality will perform in case of IO device management. Then security or the protection management, how to provide the security in terms of the username and the password, to where to store. Of course we are storing it on a hard disk, so that will be recorded from that hard disk. Suppose we are using any antivirus program, firewall protection, so it needs an interaction with the kernel, and then kernel interacts with the set of hardwares. Now let's this is some additional part of the kernel. What are the kernel files, where exactly it is stored? Kernel files, it is called as actually VM Linux and hyphen version number. So you can find out this VM Linux file into the /boot directory. /boot, it is used for storing your bootable information, and VM Linux, name of that kernel file, and version, that it will tell that a current version. After 2.6 version number, they have given a version numbers in this format: aa.bb.cc.dd. Now what is the A indicates the kernel version, bb indicates that current version, revision of that version, cc indicates that some minor revisions, some minor that changes we have done, about new drivers has been added or new features has been added to the kernel, and dd, some corrections we have done to that particular patch or to that particular addition of the driver. Then that is a dd part. For example, you can see here 2.6.26.1. The 2 stands for the major version. The 6, it is that current revision of that kernel of that major version. 26, it is a minor revision. Okay, and the 1, it is a stable version. So we have done some changes, and that has become 1. Means 2.6 This is, you can consider as a main your version. And 26 number, after 25th 26 number we have added some driver, that's why we have given 26. In 26 version, suppose there is some mistake and we have to correct it again, then it will be get corrected and that 0 will be get incremented to 1. The stable version is, current stable version is 1. So in this way its a name is given for any kernel versions. So this is about hardware, kernel, how it is interacting, shell, and a set of these are set of commands. If not using shell, then we can go with the applications also, and then user interact with the applications to the shell to the kernel, and kernel to the hardware. In the same way, in a reverse manner, it will be get interacted and response will be given to the kernel, and kernel will give response to the shell. Now one point is remaining from your curriculum, that is about GNOME and KDE. Yes, GNOME stands for GNU. Now before that we should go with the GNOME and KDE. Let's see one PPT. Okay, this one. Okay, this is very nice PPT. So GNOME and the KDE. So GNOME, it is a GNU Network Object Model Environment. GNU, everyone you know about the GNU. In first point we have covered. GNU stands for GNU Not Unix. It is one of the community handling all these open source projects. So gnu.org, it is for the open source projects. So GNU Network Object Model Environment. So this is a product of whom? Product of GNU. Actually, it was developed for handling objects in a network conditions, but later on it is converted for this desktop. So previously in old version Unix, first of all, it is totally command oriented. To compete with this proprietary system, they have started to develop Windows GUI. So it was called as an X window, and then this X window has been taken as it is by Linux. Then they have modified with this X window later into different product as in a GNOME and the KDE. So currently we are using GNOME and a KDE in case of any Linux distribution. GNOME, the long form just I told you. So it is just providing your graphical user interface for users. When it has been started, it was started in 1997 by Michael D. Laza of Maxian Autonomous National University. So it is a free one. It is under GPL and GNU. So it is following all your open source policies of you can freely download, you can change it, you can distribute it. GNOME is strongly supported by Red Hat. Not only Red Hat, but it is supported by every Linux distribution. If you currently install Ubuntu, then Ubuntu, it is having by default GNOME GNOME GUI. It's a by default color purple. Now let's see, this is in a default look of GNOME. Now you can change the color, but first time when you install, then it will look like this one. Then let's see about the KDesktop environment. In short, we are calling it as a KDE. KDesktop environment, it is also providing that UI GUI environment, just like a GNOME, but its look wise it is something different. It was founded in 1996 by Matthias Etrich, and who is a student of University of Tübingen. So it is also again under GNU, and it is freely available, part of an open source project. Let's see, it's a color is the blue, paint blue. Suppose you want to convert your GNOME GUI into your KDE, what you have to do, you have to download this package KDE, and then you have to run an command install KDE on your command prompt on a shell, and then that KDE package will be get downloaded and you can install it. Another option I can give you, rather than installing Ubuntu, search for Kubuntu. Kubuntu. Type into Google. You will get that Kubuntu desktop version. Download it. Then automatically, when you install that particular Kubuntu OS, then it will be having KDE desktop environment. Okay, so these are some differences has been given through this slide share, and this is about visual differences, that how it looks. Genome, purple color, KD, blue color, how many menu bars are, toolbars are there, two toolbars for genome, one toolbar for KD. It's a very simple one. I'm expecting that you should read all these things. Okay, how exactly you can access the home folder. In case of KD, it is something different. How it is different. Then you can go to genome, see how exactly genome. Here is one menu, that is places. Click on that places and then you will get different applications over there. Here it is different one. Here you have to type over there and then it will give the different documents, and so just look wise it is a different one but performing the same functionality. Then renaming the files. So in this way you can rename the file directly in a genome. But in case of KD, you can see here is one pop-up window and you have to write over here and then rename. So this is about some file browser preferences for this one for genome and second one for KDE. Just go through this slide. I will share it on Moodle, and also I will share the notes of this first chapter. First chapter has been completed, and read the notes of genome and KDE. It's a very simple one. Both are providing desktop environment. You can compare as genome as Windows XP and KDE as an Windows 7. So if you know about how to handle Windows XP, then you know that how to handle Windows 7 with some minor differences. So just go through this all these slides and the notes, and then you will understand better about genome and KDE. Okay, thank you.